Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is a little bit different. It is a vlog from when I was in Washington, D.C. last week. It was a little bit of a work trip, but you know, when I travel, it's always fun as well, even if it is work. It's one of the benefits of the job, feeling like you're never actually working. If you're new to my channel, you might not know, but I went to Georgetown University, which is in Washington, D.C., and I always love going back and visiting. And going in the fall is one of my favorite times because it's so beautiful, the weather's perfect, the leaves are changing. So I never turn down an opportunity to go visit, even if it is for a short trip. And this last week I was there for a meet and greet with one of my favorite brands, Tuckernuck, and they are based out of Georgetown. So I went with my photographer Carter, who's behind the camera right now. We took the train down, so I met her at Penn Station, we hopped on the Amtrak, and then basically just worked the whole train ride, you know, as much work as you can get done with the worst Wi-Fi on the planet. And once we got to DC, we just kind of decided to go back to the hotel and regroup a little bit. So once we checked into the hotel, the first thing on my mind was to go get lunch, and our hotel was based in Georgetown, which was really nice because we could do a nice leisurely walk to the Tombs, and on the way there we passed by the house where I lived my junior year of college. First stop on the Georgetown tour is the house I lived in when I was a junior in college with Victoria. You might remember her from one of my Nantucket or Vermont vlogs. This is the house right here, and I lived in that bedroom up there. Whenever I go back to Georgetown, my favorite place to eat is the Tombs, and I always recommend people visit there if they're in the area because it is the classic, quintessential Georgetown student hangout spot, and it's actually the place where everyone goes on their 21st birthday to get their first drink at midnight. It's like a big tradition. Even I went, got the stamp on my forehead, and we got burgers there. I love it because it's downstairs, so it has this cool vibe, and there's rowing paraphernalia everywhere. So as a former coxswain, I obviously love seeing all the oars and the oarsmen and the boats and pictures of crews. It's just such a fun spot to grab a bite to eat. After eating burgers and feeling nice and full, we went back to the hotel to grab a couple of things to do an outfit post. I was doing a sponsored post with Nordstrom and really wanted Georgetown to be the backdrop of it. It's very warm. It's not actually that cold out right now, so I'm a little hot, but I thought it would be kind of funny just to show you the different layers. First is the scarf, which is, I wish you could just reach through the camera right now and feel it. It is so soft. Oh, here's some blogger tips for you. Everyone carries a big tote, so that you can carry all the different accessories and different outfits that you need. So I don't go anywhere without that pretty much. Next is this Barber coat, which is actually really good for layering because you can build up a lot of different layers underneath it since it's nice and comfortable and loose. Next is this hat. Sorry if I have hat hair. French bulldogs. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Oh, lambs. Okay, next is this Patagonia Los Gatos jacket, which is so soft. You could feel this one too. And then we're down to the base layer. This maroon sweater, it's cashmere and amazing. And oh, one last layer. Just kidding. By this point in the afternoon, I am absolutely craving coffee. This happens to me every day, whether or not I'm traveling. So we made our way down to M Street, which is where all the really amazing, cute shops are, and my favorite Starbucks. And we just popped in to get a cappuccino. I was really excited because the holiday cups were finally there. I think it was like the first day actually when we went, so I had to go get my first red cup of the season. One of the funny things about coming back to DC, but Georgetown specifically, is that every street and corner kind of has a memory that may or may not be good, but that Starbucks that we just left got cappuccino. The holiday cups are out, people. Pretty exciting. But anyway, that Starbucks is a pivotal part in the College Prepster's story. There's an upstairs, and one time, I think it was like February, my mom and dad were visiting and we were upstairs. My dad and I got into a huge fight about whether or not I could do the College Prepster full time, and he thought I needed to get a job, and I was like, no, this really can be something. This really can be my career, and he didn't really believe in me. I did end up getting that job after college, which I'm glad I did, so that one's for you, Dad, but I was right in the long run, so lots of memories in that Starbucks. Really cried that night, bad. So it started to rain while we were walking back to the hotel. I mean, it was kind of drizzling and the sun was already starting to set, and I was feeling super tired after just being on a train all day, so Carter and I decided to order food. It was my first experience with Postmates. I was kind of excited to try it out. Got some poke bowls. That's the right way to pronounce it. I Googled it like 10 times. While we were working and waiting for our food, I got really exciting news from my manager. We just got the best news. I just got a text from my manager that I am getting the Twitter handle @Carly. I've been trying to get this for a really long time, and it's finally happening, hopefully by the end of the week. So by the time you see this, you should definitely see the new handle. And I think also my new brand. This is huge. And after a few more hours of work, it was time for bed, and then we woke up the next morning. Our first stop of the day was at Blue Bottle Cafe, which is a new location at Georgetown, but I've been to a couple ones in New York and San Francisco. I love their coffee. And honestly, I'm kind of jealous that the Georgetown students get to go there now because we didn't have places like that when I went there. All of a sudden, Georgetown got cool, apparently. Next stop of the day was going to the Tuckernuck store, and this was, you know, the whole point of the trip was for this meet and greet. So I needed to pick out a cute outfit, and it's always fun to kind of play dress up in their store and try everything on. They have amazing brands and just a great selection of stuff, so it's fun to play around and put together the perfect outfit. Okay, it's like noon, I think, and the event's tonight. Just picked out my outfit, really into it. It's a cute little bow. You know, shopping does work up quite an appetite, so we popped across the street to Sweet Green, which is one of my favorite spots. Sweet Green was actually started by 3 Georgetown students, so I always love to support them, and I'm so excited to see how much they're growing, and the salads are just amazing. I can't go to DC without visiting Georgetown's campus. We made our way down O Street, and I just love walking up to campus. It just brings back a lot of emotions and feelings, and it's way better to go back when you're not a student stressed about exams. Okay, we just got to campus, and I'm gonna show you my favorite way to walk up. Now the front gates are down there, but this is kind of like a back secret entrance, and it just has like the best view of Healy Hall. All right, so let's go. Like if you came up the stairs and saw that, how could you not want to go here? It really is so weird to be back on campus, especially now that I'm going to change my blog name. I just feel like really kind of emotional because 9 years ago I never would have thought like I would be where I am today doing what I'm doing. That is something that I started as a freshman here. It's just like really weird feeling to be back, I guess. After visiting campus, we headed back to the Tuckernuck store to meet with a blog reader, Sierra. And I have this new series that I'm doing where I'm featuring girls and their style and what they wear during the week. So it was really fun for me to get to meet her before the event, and Carter went out and shot with her. It was like really hot, so I was really impressed that she stuck it out through the whole afternoon. So this afternoon we met up with Sierra. Her blog is Ambitiously Sierra, and she's gonna be in the new blog series that I started featuring girls and 5 different outfits that they wear. Just wrapped up, that's where we have all of our stuff. She nailed it, even though it's 70 degrees outside.
It's so hot right now.
You're a trooper. So I can't wait to see the final photos. By that point in the afternoon, it was basically time to get ready for the event, and I'm a really big introvert, so when I get ready for meet and greets, I need a little bit of time beforehand where I can just have some peace and quiet so I can gear up, so I can have the energy to meet you guys, and it's always such a blessing to get to meet readers. Sometimes I spend so much time behind my computer that I forget that there's real people on the other side, and it's just the nicest feeling to get to meet you guys, and I'm so thankful that you guys get to come to these events and talk with me and share your stories, and I get to put faces to names. Like, I remember you guys from your comments and your tweets, so I just love getting to meet you guys. The event itself was amazing. Tuckernuck does a great job. They even had like a candy bar set up, and we had a great turnout. It was beautiful weather. It was fun to get to meet some current Georgetown students and hear about how they're studying for midterms. Don't miss that. And some working professionals in the area. Even had a high schooler come out with her dad, so that was really nice to get to meet everyone. So the next morning, I was meeting with the Tuckernuck team at their new headquarters, and I was super excited to see their new offices. They're absolutely beautiful. And I've been friends with the girls that work at Tuckernuck for years. I knew them even before they were Tuckernuck, and I was still a student at Georgetown. So it's always just so nice to get to meet up with them again and talk to them and hear how they're doing and just catch up. So they're gearing up for their holiday season, and I volunteered, how could I not, to shoot a couple of outfits with them. So I went out with their photographer, Foster, who I absolutely love. He's just the best. And we shot 2 holiday looks. Kind of obsessed with both the outfits, not gonna lie. I definitely did a little shopping while I was there, putting together kind of like a wish list of stuff I was obsessed with from Tuckernuck. I'll make sure to leave links below if you want to check out for yourself. Whenever I'm with the Tuckernuck team, we have this habit of just talking shop and sharing tips and tricks about being on social media and how to grow brands and what type of content is working well right now. So they do this thing at their office called Lunch and Learn on Fridays, where they bring in different people to kind of talk about stuff that they are passionate about. I was so grateful that they asked me to do the Lunch and Learn that Friday. And this was actually the first time I had said out loud that the college Prepster was changing, and got a little emotional.
Look at it.
I think part of the fun thing is like, you know, I think it's hard to be back here and like knowing, like when I started my blog, I started my blog like in college because I hated school, and it's weird to be back and like thinking about like all the things I was feeling in November, and hearing like girls last night at the meet and greet saying how they were studying for midterms, and I like I could remember how that felt, and I wish I could just like go back and tell myself like it's gonna be fine, and you're gonna be back in 9 years like with this amazing business that you're starting in a month. And I think that's like why I started my blog, a bit without realizing it, kind of just being and saying the stuff that I wish I felt at the time because I was so miserable in school. And then eventually, like the more I wrote, the more I got closer to who that person was, and I always felt that I realized that I was always that person. It was just kind of like hidden below. But the blog definitely helped me rediscover that part of me. And I knew that this was gonna happen there. I always tend to overtalk, and I just love their team so much. We always have so much to say, and thankfully I set an alarm on my phone so I wouldn't miss my train. And unfortunately we had to leave and hop on the train to go home. I just wanna thank Tuckernuck for such an amazing event, and I just love getting to see them. A big thank you to all of you guys for coming out to the meet and greet. I really appreciate it, and you know, I couldn't do what I do without you guys, so it's always, you know, I just wanna say thank you for reading and following along and being a part of this journey.